Let's look at doing synthetic division when the number in front of your variable is not a 1. When the number in front of your variable is 1, like an x plus a number or an x minus a number, it's really pretty easy. But it takes a little bit more work when there's a number in front. Now, we have this right here. We need to get this to be a 1. So we'd have to divide that by 2. Well, if I divide that by 2, I got to also divide by 1 by 2. And if I divide this by 2, I got to divide everything here by 2. So I got to take my whole original problem, divide everything by 2. So 2 over, or 4 over 2 is 2. That doesn't reduce down. That's a 1, and that's a 2. And then over here, that's a 1y, and then that's a half. So now it's just normal synthetic division like we were looking at before. We take the opposite of what's after our y, take our coefficients and constants, put them down. But notice I need to have a 0 here because I have no cube, so I need to have a 0 there as a placeholder. Then all I want to do is go ahead and add down, multiply by 2 times my half, add down, multiply, add down, gives me negative 4 over 2 or just negative 2, multiply, add down, multiply, add down, then I have my remainder, so I'll take my remainder, over what I was dividing by, and remember I was dividing by this right here, then this is my quotient. I was dealing with an x to the fourth, so I now need to be dealing with an x, or a cube here. So in this case, our variable is y, so it'd be a 2y cubed, a 1y squared, a minus 2y, plus a 0. However, we now have a problem. We have a fraction here within a fraction. We want to eliminate that, so I'm going to multiply this fraction by a special form of 1. In this case, it's 2 over 2. I'm multiplying by 2 because that's my denominator here. So I'm not doing anything to this. So that's going to stay the same. I'm going to multiply the top. My 2 times my y. My 2 times a half is just 1. So now this is my final answer. See if you can do this one here before we do it. So since I have a 2 in front of my y, I got to divide everything by 2. Reduces down, simplifies. Take the opposite of what's after my y, put it in my half box. Put my coefficients and constants down. Add, multiply. Add, multiply. Add. 0 times this, multiply. Tells me what to put here. Add. 1 times my negative 1/2. Multiply, and now I got to add these together. So I have my remainder over what I was dividing by. And once again, that was this part right here, my divisor. This is my quotient here. I was dealing with a fourth power, so it's going to be cubic here. Once again, I have a fraction within a fraction, actually a couple fractions within a fraction. So I'm going to take this fraction, multiply by a special form of 1. In this case, it's 2 over 2. 2 because that's my denominator in each one of these. So the first part's not going to change. My 2 times my 7 divided by 2 would be a 14 divided by 2, which is 7. My 2 times my y, my 2 times my half, and that's my answer.